Welcome to lesson 113, adding and subtracting mixed numbers with unlike denominators. Today's lesson you're going to run into a few issues. For one, unlike denominators can't be added. You do not add fourths and eighths or ninths and thirds. You have to convert them so that their denominators are the same. You also might run into another issue. You might end up with an improper fraction. Do not leave your answers as improper. And if they're improper and mixed, you're going to need to regroup. So let's go ahead and try this first problem and see what issues we run into. So right away I should notice that I have a fourth, 3/4, and 3/8. The denominators are not the same. You should stop working right there. Don't add anything until you've made the denominators the same. So let's convert this 3/4 to an equivalent fraction that would have the same denominator as 3/8. So what multiple does a 4 have in common with an 8? 8, right? So we can leave this alone and we can do something to the 4 to make it equal to an 8, which would be to double it, right? So if you're going to double the 4, you would have 8. And if you double the bottom, you need to double the top. So multiply the bottom times 2, you would multiply the top times 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. And now when I look at my problem, you can see that it would be nice to just add straight across. I have 6/8 and 3/8, that makes a total of 9/8. And then my whole numbers, 6 and 4, make 10. Do we stop there? No. We have 10 and 9/8. I have more than a whole left over, right? 8/8 would be a whole. So if you pull out the 8/8 from 9/8, you would take one whole out. That would make by 10 an 11. And it would leave me with the remainder of 1/8. Because 8 goes into 9 one whole time with one left over. So my 8/8 plus my 1/8 left over resembles my 9/8. So total I have 11 and an 8. Okay? I hope you're following. Let's try to do one more. And this time I have 7/9 and a 1/3. So first thing, right? Don't add until those denominators are equal. So they have to be the same. So we can make them both 18s, right? 3 times 6 and 9 times 2. But did you also notice? 3 can be multiplied times 3 to make 9. So I'd have 9 and 9. Okay? So let's make them both 9s. We'll leave this one alone. This one will multiply by 3. Whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. So the bottom will be 3 times 3, which is 9. The top will be 3 times 1, which is 3. So 3/9. It's the same thing as a 1/3, right? It's just written in a different way so that the denominators are the same and can be added nicely. So let's do this. 7 plus 3 is 10. 9 is on the bottom, so it stays the same. And 5 plus 1 is 6. So 6 and 10/9. Ran into the same issue as before, right? I have to regroup. 10/9 is much too big. It's more than a whole. Just a little bit, right? 9/9 would be a whole. So if I pull out, this time I'll show you with subtraction. If I take this separated here, this 10/9, and I minus the whole, a 9/9 away, I'm left with 1/9, right? But this whole that I took away needs to be added to my whole number. So I just got another whole number. So instead of a 6, I will now have a 7, and left over is a 9. 7 and a 9. Okay, if you have any trouble adding mixed numbers, especially when you have unlike denominators or you end up with an improper mixed fraction, then see me and I'd be glad to help. Thanks.